We've spoken here before about time management, right? And time management is one of those things that you can use to properly tackle the habit of procrastination. Because if you're not managing your time well, and if you're not giving yourself strict deadlines, if you're not taking your own deadlines and tasks seriously, then it's very easy to get caught up in the bad habit of procrastination. Why? Because each and every one of you guys has what is called a trigger, right? There's some things that might trigger people to get upset. There's some things that might trigger people to want to go back to bed, think it's going to be a bad day. Or there might be things that trigger people to be offended, or you might get triggered into loving somebody. Everybody has a triggering event. And with procrastination, it's literally no different. Procrastination is one of those things that something is going to trigger you to want to put off what it is you have to do. So one of the best ways to combat that is to become self-aware enough to know what your triggers are. For a lot of us, it's distraction. The very tool that we need to use to get the job done and get paid is the same tool that is used to distract us. There is no shortage of distractions in the world when you have one of these in your hand. Is that true? Or is it true? So each and every one of us are easily distracted. I noticed something to myself when we were at Bible study. I was using my phone instead of the Bible to read, because everything's on my phone. If I wanted to go and read a Bible verse, I can look it up on my phone. But I noticed that in doing so, and I'm reading along, if I got a text message notification from somebody, especially if they were asking a question, there was a pattern interruption in my head. And I felt an urge to have to go and respond to the text or answer their question. And then I realized I'm not following along anymore. I was being distracted from what it was I had planned and intended to do on Friday night at Bible study when I should be following along. So I know that there are triggers out there, and I know how easy it is to be distracted by them. And I know I'm not the only human being on the planet it happens to. So one of the things that could be a good way to combat that is there's literally apps you can put on your phone that you can snooze all these notifications and alerts for a period of time. So if there's something that you really need to get done, the first step you need to take is, one, remember what we said when we were talking about time management the other day. Don't say you don't have time for it, say it's not important. And then you're gonna realize whether or not you guys are right in your thinking. Is it really not important to get enough sleep? Is it really not important to pay attention to your kids? Is it really not important to make sure you're eating a well-balanced diet? Is it really not important to get out early and start getting sales at the beginning of the day? So instead of saying I don't have time for it, say I don't important. It's not important. Once you realize you've been prioritizing your tasks incorrectly, prioritize them correctly and set a time for when you're gonna go and get out and get some sales. And when that time comes on your phone, the alert tells you it's time to get up and go out, don't snooze that. Snooze your other notifications. Snooze your alerts. Snooze your text message notifications. Okay, snooze your social media notifications. The things that have caused you to be triggered into procrastinating, shut those off instead and go get to work, because that's what you had planned to do. That's what is important. You've already decided this for yourself. And that's the way that you can combat procrastination. Get rid of the triggers. Because everybody knows, you get a notification on social media and you pull it up and you see something real important from somebody, whatever, it's a news story or something one of your friends posted, and next thing you've spent 30 minutes watching videos of cats getting scared by bananas. It's ridiculous. Why would we do that? And then in that time, how many people have you not signed up and made no money, right? Tell me that's happened to you guys. I'm not the only one, right? I don't want to feel like a weirdo saying that out loud. Thank you. So that's an important thing to remember. I had to look at the text right now. I just got a text right now and I had to look at it. How bad is that? Come on, we have a meeting. But like I'm saying, this is what's gonna happen all the time. So if you guys want to combat procrastination, you guys need to really be aware of what your triggers are and literally do stuff to combat it. Or it's just gonna keep coming up and interrupting your guys' life while you're trying to accomplish tasks. What happens if you don't do anything about it and the triggers that you're coming 24 hours a day continue to distract you for the next 2 years? What's your life going to look like? Oh, you guys didn't think about that, huh?
Horrible.
Do that. Do nothing about procrastination and let your triggers distract you from doing the things you have to do for the next 2 years, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. What will your life look like? You guys have to deeply consider that. We're not working for the weekend here. We're not working hard 5 days a week or 6 days a week so we could chill on the weekend. Who here has a dream, a goal, a vision for their future life? At least one person, thank you. Come on, guys. Who here seriously has a vision of how they want their life to be?
I do.
Thank you. Did you get important text right now? All right. Dude, if you have a vision in your life how you want it to turn out, then you're going to have to take the necessary steps to get there. But in the moment, when we get distracted by a notification on our phone or your kids trying to get your attention or whatever's going on, you got to remember that these distractions can easily trigger you into procrastinating and not doing what you have to do to make your life look the way that you want it to look. And if you don't have a plan for your life that you work towards to make it look the way you want to look, then you're going to have to realize your life is going to fit into somebody else's plan. And I like the way Jim Rohn says it. He says, if you don't plan your life out, you will have to fit into someone else's plan. What do you think they have planned for you? Not much.